Quick question. What do ice cream and Warren Buffett have in common? Both are cool, both are classics, and both will melt your money away if you don't follow a simple rule. Now, you've probably heard a million quotes from Warren Buffett about money, investing, and how he made billions eating McDonald's and drinking Coke. But there's one rule he lives by, his number one rule for getting rich, that most people hear and just ignore. It's not some secret stock-picking formula. It's not about buying low and selling high. It's not even about working hard. It's this. Rule number one, never lose money. Sounds simple, right? But Sarah, let me introduce her. Sarah thought she could outsmart this. Sarah's a regular person trying to build wealth. She watches YouTube videos, reads finance blogs, and even downloaded 3 different investing apps on the same day. She's hyped about getting rich fast, so she jumps into meme stocks, crypto, whatever's trending. She makes some money, loses a bit, makes more, then loses a lot. At the end of the year, Sarah checks her account and realizes she's basically back where she started. And that's when it hits her. Making money is fun, but losing it? That's where the real danger is. Because here's what Warren Buffett knows, and what Sarah's about to learn. When you lose money, it's not just about the amount gone. It's about the time you lose trying to get it back. Let's break it down. Say Sarah has $1,000. She takes a risk and boom, loses 50%. Now she's got $500. But here's the kicker. To get back to 1,000, she doesn't just need a 50% gain. She needs a 100% gain. Because 50% of $500 is only $250. She needs to double her money just to break even. Ouch. That's why Buffett's number one rule is all about protection. Not growth, not speed. Protection. Because if you don't lose money, you don't have to spend time catching up. You can just keep compounding. And compounding? That's where the real wealth happens. Sarah didn't get this at first. She was all about the big wins, the fast flips. But Warren, he plays the long game. He buys businesses he understands. He avoids things that seem too good to be true. And he's obsessed with not losing. Because one bad move can set you back years. Let's take Michael. Michael's a chill guy. He's not flashy. He heard about this Buffett rule and decided to live by it. Instead of chasing the next hot thing, he focuses on steady, reliable investments. He picks companies with real products, real profits, and real staying power. Not the kind of stuff that doubles overnight, but the kind of stuff that doesn't blow up when the market sneezes. Over time, Michael's portfolio doesn't just grow, it compounds. He doesn't have massive losses to recover from. And while Sarah is trying to make back what she lost, Michael's just moving forward. Slowly, steadily, safely. And here's what's wild. Avoiding losses doesn't mean being scared of investing. It means being smart about risk. Buffett doesn't sit in cash, he invests big time. But he picks his spots. He looks for what he calls a margin of safety. That means, if he's buying something, he wants to make sure even if things go wrong, he won't get crushed. It's like buying a 10 bill for $7. Even if it turns out to be worth only $9, he still wins. Sarah started to get this. After her losses, she stopped chasing. She started looking for solid dividend-paying stocks. She built an emergency fund so she wouldn't have to sell in a panic. She learned that not every dollar needs to be at risk. And guess what? Her account started growing again and staying up. Because every dollar she didn't lose was a dollar still working for her. That's the magic. Every time you avoid a loss, you give yourself more time to build wealth. Buffett isn't rich because he found the fastest way up. He's rich because he avoided going down. Michael, who's been following Buffett's advice like it's gospel, knows this all too well. He watches his friends jumping into the latest hyped-up investment like it's Black Friday at the stock market. One's chasing penny stocks, another is all in on some startup that promises to change the world, and someone's even betting on tulip coins or something. And Michael? He just smiles, sips his coffee, and sticks to the plan. He knows that getting rich isn't about winning big, it's about not losing big. Because here's a fun little math nugget. Let's say you grow your money by 10% a year without losing anything. After 7 years, your money doubles. No stress, no drama. But if you lose 30% one year and then make 30% the next, you're still down. Because again, it's not just about what you make, it's about what you keep. Sarah started seeing this play out in her own life. She remembered those losses, the late nights checking her app, the stress of watching her sure thing tank 40% in a week. Now she's more like Michael. She looks at investments the way Warren does. Is this business solid? Do I understand how it makes money? If the market crashes tomorrow, will I sleep at night holding this? If the answer's no, she's out. She's learned to be okay with boring returns if it means steady growth. Because boring gets rich too, just quietly. And here's something else. Buffett doesn't just avoid losing money in investments. He avoids losing it to fees, bad habits, and emotions. Let's talk about fees for a second. Sarah used to have a bunch of mutual funds that charged her 2% a year. Didn't sound like much, but when she did the math, she realized that over time that 2% was eating up thousands of dollars, money that could have been compounding. So she switched to low-cost index funds. Now she pays 0.05% and keeps the rest. Michael? He did the same thing ages ago. Because losing money to fees is just as bad as losing it in a bad stock. Buffett himself has said, performance comes, performance goes, fees never falter. And what about bad habits? Sarah used to check her investments daily. Every dip felt like a disaster. Every rise felt like a reason to sell. She was basically letting her emotions run her portfolio. Michael doesn't do that. He knows that reacting to every market move is a fast way to lose. Buffett's been through crashes, booms, and everything in between. And he didn't sell, he bought more, because he trusts the process. He knows that markets go up over time, but only if you stay in. Selling at the wrong time? That's losing money too. Sarah learned this the hard way. She sold at the bottom once, regretted it for months. Now she builds her mental margin of safety. She keeps cash on the side, so she's not forced to sell. She sets rules, only checks her portfolio once a month, only sells if something fundamentally changes, not just because she's nervous. And slowly her wealth is growing. No fireworks, just progress. Michael keeps it simple too. He focuses on quality over hype. He buys businesses that make money year after year. Companies that pay dividends, that have strong management, that have been around longer than the latest social media trend. He doesn't care if it's exciting, he cares if it's safe. Because Buffett's #1 rule isn't about being flashy, it's about being careful. Not paranoid, just smart. Michael doesn't fear risk, he manages it, and that's the real lesson. It's not about never taking chances, it's about understanding the risks you take. Buffett takes risks too, but they're calculated. He bets big when he knows the odds are in his favor, but he never bets the farm. Sarah's starting to think this way too. She still takes some risks, but only with money she can afford to lose. Her core investments? Solid. Her side bets? Small. She's playing defense first, offense second. And guess what? She's happier. No more stressing over every market move. No more wild swings in her account. Just steady, reliable growth. Michael and Sarah both know now, wealth isn't just about making money, it's about keeping it. So in conclusion, Warren Buffett's #1 rule, never lose money, isn't just a catchy line. It's the foundation of everything he does. Because when you protect your money, you give yourself the freedom to grow it. You avoid the setbacks, the stress, the scramble to recover. You let time, compounding, and smart choices do the heavy lifting. Most people ignore this rule because they're chasing the next big thing. But the real big thing? Not losing what you've already got. If you want me to make other videos explaining these topics, please like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.